Virgin Galactic is a British-American spaceflight company that operates in the United States. It was founded by Richard Branson and his Virgin Group retains a 24% stake. It is developing commercial spacecraft and aims to provide suborbital spaceflights to space tourists. Virgin Galactic's suborbital spacecraft are air-launched from beneath a carrier airplane known as White Knight 2. Virgin Galactic's founder, Richard Branson, had originally hoped to see a maiden spaceflight in 2010, but the date was delayed for several years, most seriously by the October 2014 crash of VSS Enterprise. Virgin Galactic's maiden spaceflight eventually occurred in 2018 with its VSS Unity spaceship. The company did the early work on the satellite launch development of Launcher 1 before this was hived off to a separate company, Virgin Orbit, in 2017. The company also has aspirations for suborbital transport, and in 2017, Branson has said that Virgin Galactic was in the best position in the world to provide rocket-powered, point-to-point 3,000 miles per hour air travel. On the 13th of December 2018, VSS Unity achieved the project's first suborbital spaceflight, VSS Unity VP-03, with 2 pilots, reaching an altitude of 82.7 kilometers, and officially entering outer space by US standards. In February 2019, the project carried 3 people, including a passenger, on VSS Unity VF-01, with a member of the team floating within the cabin during a spaceflight that reached 89.9 kilometers. On the 11th of July 2021, company founder Richard Branson and 3 other employees rode on a flight as passengers, marking the first time a spaceflight company founder has traveled on his own ship into outer space. VG currently has regular paid passenger service flights scheduled to begin in 2022 after 2 more test flights have been completed. Virgin Galactic was founded in 2004 by British entrepreneur Sir Richard Branson, who had previously founded the Virgin Group and the Virgin Atlantic airline, and who had a long personal history of balloon and surface record-breaking activities. As part of Branson's promotion of the firm, he has added a variation of the Virgin Galactic livery to his personal business jet, the Dassault Falcon 900EX, Galactic Girl, the spaceship company, to build commercial spaceships and launch aircraft for space travel. From the time of TSC's formation in 2005, the launch customer was Virgin Galactic, which contracted to purchase 5 Spaceship 2s and 2 White Knight 2 scaled composites, was contracted to develop and build the initial prototypes of White Knight 2 and Spaceship 2. And then TSC began production of the follow-on vehicles beginning in 2008. In 2012, after Northrop Grumman acquired Scaled Composites, Virgin Galactic acquired the remaining 30% of the spaceship company. After acclaimed investment by Virgin Group of $100 million. In 2010, the sovereign wealth fund of Abu Dhabi, Arbor Investments Group, acquired a 31.8% stake in Virgin Galactic for $280 million, receiving exclusive regional rights to launch tourism and scientific research space flights from the United Arab Emirates capital. In July 2011, Arbor invested a further $110 million to develop a program to launch small satellites into low Earth orbit, raising their equity share to 37.8%. Virgin announced in June 2014 that they were in talks with Google about the injection of capital to fund both development and operations. The New Mexico government has invested approaching $200 million in the Spaceport America facility, for which Virgin Galactic is the anchor tenant. Other commercial space companies also use the site. On Monday, the 28th of October 2019, Virgin Galactic listed into the New York Stock Exchange, trading under the ticker symbol SPCE. After its IPO, SPCE became a popular stock for many retail investors and was often mentioned on the subreddit Wall Street Bets. The spacecraft, initially called Spaceship 2, is planned to achieve a suborbital journey with a short period of weightlessness, carried to about 16 kilometers, or 52,000 feet, underneath a carrier aircraft. White Knight 2, After separation, the vehicle would continue to over 100 kilometers. The time from liftoff of the White Knight booster carrying Spaceship Two until the touchdown of the spacecraft after the suborbital flight would be about 2.5 hours. The suborbital flight itself would be only a small fraction of that time, with weightlessness lasting approximately 6 minutes. Passengers will be able to release themselves from their seats during these 6 minutes and float around the cabin. In July 2007, 3 scaled composite employees were killed and 3 critically injured at the Mojave spaceport while testing components of the rocket motor for Spaceship Two. An explosion occurred during a cold fire test, which involved nitrous oxide flowing through fuel injectors. The procedure had been expected to be safe. Just a year later, in July 2008, Richard Branson predicted the maiden space voyage would take place within 18 months. In Oct.